2 pieces of my chicken or 3 handcrafted tenders, your choice of 2 sides and 1 of my biscuits.
So you want to main Lux? Well, do you like lasers? Do you like the light? Do you like a terrifying giggle? Do you like pure one-shots? And do you like an ultimate skin visual update? Then Lux, the Lady of Luminosity, is for you. Go get that chime. Oh no.
Oh no.
I fucking hate you and everything you do! Luxana, or her preferred name, Lux, was born sister to Garen as Crown Guard royalty in Demacia. Tasked with protecting the king, Lux and Garen fought, trained, and spent much of their time together. But as Garen sees only duty and service, Lux dreams of a world beyond the Demacian borders. To be free to explore and quest as the human spirit loves to do. One night, alone in the wilderness, Lux's horse broke its leg and she was stranded, and instead of putting the horse out of its misery, she took shelter with it. Without Lux returning home, Garen and their family went out in search of her and found a wounded horse, a shivering Lux, and a pack of dead wolves singed and burned. This was the night that Lux realized she had magical powers, but kept this to herself as Demacia frowns heavily upon any use of magic. A while later, during a battle, Lux found herself overwhelmed and used her magic to keep herself alive, but few Demacians witnessed this and gave her a choice. Use her magic outside the Demacian borders in service of her country, or forever be exiled. And she basically said, wait, I get to go out, explore, away from Demacia, use my magic, and not be hated? Fuck yeah, I'll take that deal. So she trained with a special group of Demacians to help use her power, and then she is now out and about, helping her country away from its walls, and occasionally coming back to visit her family and brother Garen, who still have no idea that she has any powers.
Kill him!
Oh, I'm trying.
Yes, Otto, you have red buff.
Hey, good point, I do have red buff.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm auto-attacking.
Yeah, but you're like.
Whoa! What? In-game, Lux is a range queen. She has one of the longest effective ranges in League, just a longest engage range. All of her abilities are about keeping her at a distance while poking, chunking, and frying your enemies like an egg. Lux is a queen at many things, but what she excels at is the long range, high damage poke, and 100-0 combo. Lux can be summarized by a very simple flowchart. Did she hit you with her Q? Yes. Are her abilities on cooldown? No. Are you Maokai? No. You've died. Lux is a pure insta-burst to anyone as squishy as she is, and a good 70% damage to anyone more. She has range that is mind-numbingly annoying to get past if she's good at landing skill shots, and a Lux with solid predictions, kiting, and aim is basically the death of anyone under 2000 HP. Once you get hit with a Q, she slams the rest of her abilities right on top of you, and you know how they say you see a bright light right before death? Yeah, that's called Final Spark. So Lux's passive is the Mark of the Giggle. All damaging spells mark an enemy and it lasts 6 seconds. Your basic attacks and ultimate ignite the mark, and it deals magic damage based on AP and level, and it's a serious burning sensation. Her passive is wonderful bonus damage at all stages of the game, and she has a decent length auto attack range, so you can kind of taper off your autos during your poke combo, especially if you land something like a Q where they just can't move whatsoever. It also is auto procced by your ultimate, but we'll talk about that a little later. Lux's Q is the first sign of your death. It's a long-range skill shot and deals damage to the first 2 enemies, and then roots the target for 2 seconds, and, you know, shackles. Lux's Q is a very spooky move. A 2-second root at all ranks is definitely nothing to be scoffed at, and a 70% AP ratio also isn't something to be scoffed at. And the incoming damage better not catch you scoffing. It even hits 2 targets, so hiding behind 1 minion won't save you at all. Lux's W is the only excuse people have to play Lux. You fire a boomerang projectile, and it shields for 3 seconds, as well as all allies. If she shields 1 ally going forward, the shield is doubled on the way back, and just stop playing support Lux. Lux's W is the only thing that really gives her survivability past her kiting, and it's not something to be scoffed at either. The shield can be really strong, and in the shield meta, the empowered shield is very powerful for her team. Honestly, the one thing that it really comes in handy for is fighting a mid laner with ignite, because once they ignite you, then they can go ahead and win. You throw out your W and you can tank the entire ignite damage. Other than that though, the shield can grow pretty crazy, but doesn't last very long, and the move has a high cooldown because you'll be maxing it last, so most of the time it's the most underwhelming part of the kit. Lux's E is that one ability with way too much range. You fire an AoE slowing field that also grants vision in the area, and activating again deals magic damage, and wow, it has so much range. God damn, her E, it has so much range, and it always feels like I'm out of its range, and I'm always wrong. It's devastating, and the poke is insane. The ability to just spam E's in lane is way stronger than it probably should be, and if it isn't too strong, hell, it's so annoying. It's also a ton of her damage, but we don't really need to worry about that. We're talking about poke. You want to poke. E is about poke. Finally, Lux's ultimate is the light sniper meme laser of fuckery. It's a massive long-range damage spell. It has a 1-second channel. It's a big fucking laser. It refunds part of the cooldown on kill, and ow, I've been zapped. Lux's ultimate is pretty gross. It's a big-ass laser that does a shitload of damage. It detonates her passive, doing more damage, and refunds a little bit on kill, allowing you to do it more often, doing more damage. This is why her Q is basically a death wish. It's a 2-second root and only a 1-second channel for the ultimate, and this does 300 to 500 damage and a 75% AP ratio. It annihilates. Also, it procs your passive so that it adds just an extra bit of damage as well, and it's pretty gross. Anyway, skill max, I go E, Q, W. E because the poke is stupid, Q because it's the other damage spell, and W last because it's, your utility spell. But how do I play Lux? Lux is a nice lady, a young Demacian girl with light in her heart, light on her mind, and searing 17th degree burns coming from her wand. She's an incredibly simple champion. Not as simple as her thick-headed brother Garen, but what she does is very, very specific. Don't get me wrong. She has many tools at her disposal, but most of these tools bring extra benefits to the situation, not necessarily a whole new playstyle. Her passive is easy, it's extra damage, but on the surface, her Q might seem like a simple root skill shot, but to a more experienced player, they are lining up single minions to try and snatch a champion with a second proc. Her shield is a simple shield that you can use twice. To a Lux main, it's a team-wide double shield keeping everyone alive a little longer, like a discount locket. Her E is simple strong poke. To a Lux main, it's really strong poke, but it's also a way to check bushes you don't have vision in. And finally, her ultimate is a giant death laser, but to a Lux main, it's a giant death laser. These are the kind of things that set a regular Lux player and a Lux one trick apart. And this is only the stuff I know. There could be many other interactions available for Lux mains that I haven't even heard of yet, and I like that. I like that easy to learn but rewarding to master playstyle that Lux brings to the table. It also keeps me on my toes when I'm fighting her. Back when Nidalee was 80% damage spears, I was learning really well how to dodge skill shots from afar. With AP Nidalee not being what she used to be, Lux has taken the place of skill shot dodging simulator. Except with Lux, a Q means an immediate death by either her or her teammates who smell fresh Teemo blood in the water. And that being said, let's discuss how to make bright light plays. In lane, you need to spam your E a lot. There's a nice bubble around Lux that says, if you come here, I will hurt you. Once they enter that bubble, hurt them. Then keep hurting them over and over again until they have to retreat or they misjudge how much damage a Thunderlord's proc can do. Mid-game roaming is very nice, but if you can't roam, you can always push your wave. If the enemy is more mobile and can roam easier than you can easily shove in a wave and get damage on a tower. But be wary when your team plans to engage. You want to be just in range to land a snipe ultimate if your team can't finish off an enemy. And even if you can't kill them, you'll probably at least burn a flash. Finally, late game is probably your hardest point in time. While yes, your burst is still massive, you pop like a balloon, and then Pennywise the Clown shows up to molest you. Fuck you, Pennywise, and your stupid amazing movie. You're really just looking to try and blow up a backline target. But with this age of shield stacking stupid ass Janna, it's going to be really damn difficult. So all you can really try to do is slow down tanks and kite enemies for a little while, as you attempt to keep yourself alive. If you can land a one-shot combo in a squishy, go for it. But right now, in this day and age, it's going to be pretty tough. For Lux masteries, I go with an obvious Thunderlord's Keystone, and for runes, I go AP, Magic Pen, and defenses. And finally, for her builds, this is the most optimal build for me, but as long as it's a ton of damage and burst, you should be fine. For Lux skins, we have Burn the Witch Lux, Tactical Lux, Urgot Lux, Rebel Scum Lux, Large Zappy Stick Lux, and a really good splash art for Lux. And finally, the champion update, Lux, the Last Airbender. And finally, before I go, hear the usual Lux clips. Enjoy. Oh man, I'm fighting Kled. Or Zed.
Those are two different guys.
What?
They sound similar though. Well, at least I'll get this.
Is the one within.
No! No way.
Ulti, right here. Come on.
I don't have enough mana!
Come on. Ricky!
Oh!
See? You're welcome.
Watch this, everyone. Huh! Oh, it
the
worked.
good.
So let us wrap up Lux. She's easy to learn, but it has a lot of interesting mechanics once you master her as a one-shotting glass cannon. She explodes if you so much as breathe on her, but can pop everyone else the moment she breathes on them. With the ability to one-shot squishies almost all game, you best keep your bushes warded because you can bet your ass a Q will be flying out there soon, and your screen is going to lose all of its color. Well, everyone, thank you so much for watching the So You Want to Main Lux video. If this little lady got you to challenge her, then I mean, check out this sexy, hard-stuck platinum guy right here, and hit that big red button. And you know, while you're at it, why not buy from my sponsor, Loot Crate? Loot Crate, where going to the description, clicking on a link, and buying stuff has been the best way to support this content creator for over 1 year. Loot Crate. My name is Bricky, and please don't fuck up my solo queue. Bye-bye.